regardless of a game.
7 sacks. I mean, that's we a little alarmed when we see that many, both for your health and.
Yeah, it was just one of those days, man. They did a lot of things, obviously, that got us, but I mean, I say this all the time: physical game, part of the game, stuff we got to look at and see what we can do better next time.
At the pick before halftime, you and Devontae Parker didn't seem to be on the same page. What did you see there?
I don't think we. Yeah, it's just it's unfortunate, put the ball up and it's probably a little short. I mean, really, that's all I can say about that one.
He acknowledged that he has to do a better job attacking the ball there.
He said that, and I can throw a better ball.
Man, what does this team play for these next 5 games? You've got 11 games with seems to be similar problems week to week. How do you turn it around in these next 5 games when, what you ultimately set out to get to this year is pretty much out of reach now?
Yeah. You play for your guys. You play for the guys in the locker room. As far as getting things right, it's the same story as every week, I think. You go back, you work, you do what you can to get better physically, mentally, prep. But I think, we got a good group here. You play for those guys, and you're still playing to win the game. Guys want to go out and compete. Every time you take the field, you want to go win. So I think those will be the reasons why.
Coach Gay's talked about playing. So guys are playing hard, trying to do all the right things, but the mistakes keep plaguing them, and that's been 11 games. How do you shake out of that?
I don't know. I mean, if we had the answer, we would have fixed it already. Again, it just goes back to grinding during the week, understanding what your job is, and really trying to play mistake-free football. So, we're going to go back to work. We have however many more we got, and we're gonna go out and try and win each week.
7 sacks. It seemed like the majority came on blitzes. Is that what they were?
Yeah. There was a couple. I don't know for sure. I got to watch it, but yeah, they did a lot of different things up front. So we just got to iron out that stuff and get it right.
Seemed like got the ball back. You're 40 down 11. I don't know, 8 minutes left or something, and back-to-back sacks kind of for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard when you're going backwards. Still in the game. We go down and score the touchdown. After that is what you're talking about, right? You got to be going the other direction, and we didn't, and that puts you in a tough spot.
Patriots have now today clinched 9th win, 17 consecutive winning seasons. Super Bowls, we all know the history. You've been watching them on film for 7 years here with the Dolphins. What is it about this team, and what's consistent with them?
Well, I mean, they're well coached. Obviously, the word you just said, consistent. They're very consistent in pretty much everything they do. They're a smart football team. They limit their mistakes, limit their penalties. They have good players. That's part of it. But they don't beat themselves, and they make it hard for their opponent, whoever it is, and it's why they have a record the way they do.
Starting opportunities for you this year, Matt. Obviously, the outcome isn't what you wanted. How would you assess your performance?
2 losses. I mean, the only stat that matters is the win and loss. So it's not how I wanted it to go. You want to go out and win a game. When you get that opportunity, you want to go out and win. You want to play well for yourself. You want to play well for your teammates, and you want to win. And we haven't done that.
How would you describe the overall mood of the team following this loss after this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's never good after a loss, especially, you come up here, you play a divisional opponent. It's hard. Guys, it's an emotional game. Guys take it to heart, when you put so much into it and you don't get what you want out of it. It's frustrating sometimes. So I think the overall pulse is okay. Like, the world's not ending, but it's not it's not what we want for sure.
All right, thanks, guys. Cam will be in just a minute.
Thanks, guys.
Ready, set, go. Nobody?
Oftentimes, you've been here for a lot of teams that have struggled and have had losing streaks. This is 5 straight. How painful is this one, and how do you get this fixed?
Well, to be honest, most of the and hopefully I have to speak for most of the guys in the locker room. I don't, look at streaks. I treat it, as one game. Whether you win or you lose, you get 24 hours to sulk or 24 hours to pat yourself on the back and cheer, and you got to move on. So, to be very honest, I haven't thought past this last game, and you have to focus on the next game. And the next play is always the most important, and this one was the most important one. You can't be thinking about 3 games ago because that really has no bearing on today. But as far as today is concerned, I mean, it's I guess frustrating is the simplest word to use, being is that, we felt like we had a great opportunity, a great game plan, but again, as I've said in the past, there's self-inflicted wounds that kind of rear their ugly head and, cost you plays, which in turn cost you position on the field or whatever it may be, which in turn cost you points on the board. And obviously that sways the course of the game. So the only way to fix most things in football is to sprinkle a little hard work on it. And, just because you work hard still doesn't guarantee you a victory. You got to go out there and execute. You got to do all the things all the cliches in football, the next play, one play could change the game, so on and so forth. And today I felt like on both sides of the ball there were opportunities we didn't capitalize on, and there were things that we did to hurt ourselves rather than, from the outside hurting us. So those are things that are, again, as I said before, frustrating, but also probably are the easiest to fix. So if I had the solution, it would already be fixed by now. But again, I'm a strict believer in hard work fixes most things.
You held them to 2 yards on the first 3 downs, and so they had to punt. And they ran for 8 yards on a fake punt from their own 27-yard line. Is that like a disrespect of you guys that they don't care? They'll take that gamble because they'll, at the end of the day, have more points, or you're not worried about your offense or your defense?
That'd be a great question to ask them. I just feel like they're like anyone else, just trying to make plays wherever they can. And we did the same thing. We gambled on 4th and whatever it was and made big plays, but that's football. Any play when you're on the field can be a play to change the game. And it doesn't matter if it's defense, it doesn't matter if it's special teams, it doesn't matter if it's offense. You have to play complementary. So if the defense goes out and gets a stop, it's now the punt or punt return, whoever is out there, it's their opportunity to do their job, make sure they punt the ball, and then offense gets the ball, so on and so on and so on. It's that complementary football, and the play you're speaking about, that obviously wasn't complementary.
Were you near Bobby McCain on the play in which he got ejected?
I don't think I was on the field at the time, but I'd have to go back and look at the replay.
Well, just before that, there was a face mask on Howard, I believe, and then Bobby got ejected. Was the defense in some ways losing composure at that point, would you say? Or?
I'm actually interested to see the play. To get ejected, I would assume you'd have to do something pretty vile. Again, he says, she said, I have to see it. I know Bobby, and obviously we've been here for a long time. He's, as far as he's shown on tape, he's a pretty composed guy. So it would be interesting to see what happened in the replay.
And what's the toughest part of this 5-game losing streak and trying to dig out of it?
It kind of goes week by week. Obviously this game, and this is not just this team; it's any team. This is the NFL. If you hurt yourself, as well as the other team trying to hurt you, it causes a compound effect. Obviously they're going to make plays. They're professional athletes, but then if you do damage to your own self on top of the things that they're doing, you're fighting a losing battle. So I guess the frustration, and I told you before, I'm not into the streaks. I focus on the current situation. This game, that was the most frustrating thing.
How many times would you say that happened? You hurting yourself?
Well, generally any penalties are self-inflicted wounds during the play, or before the play especially, during the play as well, whether it's pass interference, jumping off sides like I did, or players miscommunicating or whatever it may be, and now you got somebody running wide open or a back running through our defense untouched. Those are the things that it's not physical ability that causes that. There's nobody who's that fast. There's nobody who's that strong in the NFL. It's you made a wrong step or went the wrong way, or I didn't tell you something, you didn't tell me something. Jumping off sides is not concentrating on your play. Guys running free, hitting the quarterback. All those things aren't physical things. It's not like if you get beat, you get beat. This is NFL. That happens. But to say a guy's just running free, untouched, pass, run, hitting our quarterback, all of those things, that's you did it to yourself, not they did it to you.
Cam, realizing you're not into streaks, this win clinches 17 consecutive winning seasons for the Patriots. You've been with these guys 9 years. Patriots are probably going to win their 8th division title. There's obviously something special going on here, obviously. But can you tell me?
Is he from Boston? He must be, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit though? What you say frustrating. A lot of people leave here frustrated. What is it about this team, and what impresses you the most through all this? What they've done since you've been here?
It's just another game, another bunch of guys. To me, there's no special sauce. It's, again, as I just mentioned, I don't look at it the way you look at it. You are a bit of a cheerleader. I just look at it as football is football. And as I told him before, if you do things to yourself as well as somebody trying to do the same thing to you, you're fighting a losing battle. And today, we did a lot of things to cause us to lose the game, not them doing it to us.
Look, right now it looks like the playoffs are a long shot, not out of realm of possibility, but you have to at least win all 5 of the final rounds. How do you keep guys from not checking out?
Well, it's the same concept. Is if you're looking at the statistics and the standings and who's got the formulas, which I've been in this league a long time. To me, I really don't care. I don't even know them. If you ask me what they are, I couldn't tell you. The reality is you just have to focus on winning. And it's not 5 weeks from now. It's not 5 in a row. It's the next game, the next play. What are you going to do to make sure you, as an individual, win your matchup? You do your job on that play. And people ask me all kind of questions about this big picture thing. I'm not a big picture guy. I have to focus on the step right in front of me and figuring that out. And we have to do the same thing as a team. If you're looking at I can't even tell you who the 3rd game from now is. Whoever that is, if you're figuring that game out, then you're going to miss whoever we're playing next week, which, again, I don't even know. But it's all about the next play, the next snap, the next game, and all the rest of that stuff will fall into place or not. But if you're looking past, you're going to miss a step right in front of you.
All right, guys. Thank you.